Hi everybody, it's Marty Millner. I am a real estate agent with Coldwell Banker Hearths Realtors in Yardley, Pennsylvania. And today I am happy to say I'm in my car on my way to a settlement. It's a house in Newtown. We have another important responsibility to take care of before we can actually get to the settlement table, and that is a pre-closing walkthrough. I know that there's a fair amount of confusion, especially among first-time home buyers, as to exactly what a pre-settlement walkthrough entails. Oftentimes when we go into the house, the prospective buyer says something like, I don't really know what we're supposed to be doing here, but here we are for the pre-settlement walkthrough. So basically, what we're going to talk about today is sort of the steps I take at the walkthrough just prior to settlement. Basically, we're there not to conduct another home inspection, because I'm not qualified to be a full-blown home inspector by any stretch of the imagination. However, we will make sure that the things that we can evaluate in sort of a casual walkthrough of the house are working properly. And I can tell you that virtually every single item that I will talk about right now are things that I have actually seen happen at pre-settlement walkthroughs, and they basically required that we work out some details prior to settlement before the buyer was able to take possession, or even responsible for taking possession of the house. First of all, we want to make sure that the house is essentially in the same condition that it has been in since we started the process. The seller has the responsibility in normal transactions of making sure that the house stays in the condition that it's in when the buyer looks at it. The contract calls for the house to be what we refer to as broom swept. Oftentimes, sellers will hire a professional cleaner or take responsibility to make sure the house is really actually better than broom swept. But again, just want to make sure that the house hasn't been trashed in some way, and also very important that when the furniture is out of the house, that we can see behind walls and see things that we couldn't see oftentimes when there's furniture in place. We also want to make sure that the movers haven't done any put a hole in the wall, that sort of thing. Shouldn't be the responsibility of the buyer to take care of that. Other things that I like to do, I turn the oven on, turn the burners on. Again, I've had problems, and although they oftentimes aren't expensive, they're nuisance items. So make sure if there's a microwave that the microwave works. I do flush toilets. Again, from experience, I've had situations where just sort of a plumbing leak, and again, shouldn't be the buyer's responsibility if it occurs prior to settlement. And this should go without saying, but want to make sure that there isn't water in the basement. I did have that happen once, and it was actually a finished basement with a heavy rainstorm the night before settlement. We got to the walkthrough, and there was water in the basement. Again, that's something that the seller has to deal with if you find out about it and it happens before settlement. If it's a situation where you have, if you're buying, you make the offer on a house, and it's too cool to check the air conditioning, and the settlement is going to happen, when it's nice and warm out, summer for instance, want to make sure that the air conditioning's on. And again, it's not meant to be a full-blown home inspection, but if it's a 95-degree day and it's 75 inside, then then it would appear that at least that the air conditioning is working. And there are instances, if there are significant home inspection items, and I'll actually ask the home inspector to come back to ascertain that the inspection items have been taken care of and taken care of properly. So again, just to sort of summarize everything with our pre-settlement walkthrough, we just want to make sure that the house is in the condition that the buyer expects it to be in based on our prior visits to the house, and then the things that we can see through a casual walkthrough of the house are in place. And if any of those things aren't the case, then again, it's the buyer's right to to get those resolved prior to in essence, paying for the house and taking possession. If you have any questions about this or any other real estate matter, please feel free to call me. Again, I'm with Coldwell Banker Hearthside Realtors in Yardley, Pennsylvania, beautiful Bucks County, and I can be reached at 215-519-1399. Thanks and have a great day.